I'm at the Amanwella on Sri Lanka's southern coast. Most people would call this paradise, a modernist beach resort by one of Australia's great architects. With this perfect stretch of sand, there is so much here to love. But I've run into 3 very unexpected things that I've never seen at an Aman before. By the end, you'll see why I'm torn. Hey there, I'm Don, and I'm traveling the globe to find amazing places to stay and sharing what you need to know before you book. As we pull in, I am getting that very Aman vibe. The courtyard outside the lobby has the feel of a Japanese rock garden. Simple, elegant, and understated.
So welcome drinks, passion fruit and mint.
And I think this is my favorite part. This place was designed by Kerry Hill, one of Australia's great architects, deeply influenced by his friend Geoffrey Bawa, the godfather of tropical modernism. You can feel it in the long breezeways, the roof lines, and this Japanese aesthetic that runs through everything. We arrived later than I'd hoped, so tonight's just a quick drink and dinner. Tomorrow, I'll take you through a typical day in paradise. Breakfast at Amanwella is what I'd hoped for. A great setting, good food, and the excellent Aman service I've come to expect. Nothing here is overlooked. But I've just noticed something I didn't see last night. Right below the restaurant and pool, this is the resort's focal point after all, there's this. Later I'll have a closer look. This stretch of the coast is pretty wonderful. Loungers stretched across the sand, tons of places to get some privacy and just relax. And that signature Aman service is never far away. The staff's offering us their complimentary snorkeling gear. I really wanted to boogie board, but they tell us the waves break too close to the shore here. The beach restaurant is one of my favorite spots in this resort. This open-air pavilion just steps from the waves. Simple, clean lines, very understated. We are not digging the food here. It is a little bit on the sweet side, so we're hoping dinner tonight's going to be redemption, but so far we're not very pleased with the food. All right, let me take you into the room and show you around. It is a big room, starting with it's not a plunge pool, it is a proper pool, which in my opinion is on the wrong side of the building, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. As I go into the building, I'm just looking around, and this really has a Japanese feeling to it. The exterior, but also the interior. I love the Artemidi lights that are right above the bed, kind of classic mid-century modernist. The daybed in front of the bed, and then one of my favorite elements, maybe this is a bit silly, is these shutters slide shut or open depending on what mood you're in, or if you want to sleep. The middle wall opens up too, separating the bathroom from the bedroom, but I'm going to show you the view in a minute because it is pretty special. The bathroom's beautiful, double sinks, bathtub that I'm not going to use in the tropics, but again, there's glass on both sides. A big walk-in closet, and then a toilet to your left and a shower to your right. But really like the bathroom too. Everything about this room I like. But this is the best part, this front row seat to this beautiful ocean view. I mean, the waves are right there crashing in front of the room. The only thing I don't like about the room is I think the plunge pool should be over there with a view of the ocean. Then it's perfect. You don't need to leave your room. I'm headed toward the pool and I noticed something I missed earlier. I think this is a public road cutting right through the middle of the property. It looks like it's mostly local fishermen who use it. Sri Lankan beaches are public and these folks need to make a living. I get that. But I'm surprised because most Amans feel very private. Down here, there's a little less of that you're in your own little world feeling that Amans are known for. But to be fair, you really can't see any of this from your room, and when I was down on the south end of the beach earlier, I didn't notice it at all. This is what I'd expect from an Aman pool. 150 feet, infinity edge towards a gorgeous setting. I'm ignoring the fence for now and appreciating the simple design and the calm setting. As I'm looking out, I realize I don't have tons of daylight left. I still need to show you the other rooms, fit in afternoon tea, and squeeze in a spa visit. Afternoon tea around here is complimentary, for guests that is, and they do a nice job with a mix of sweet and savory dishes. Definitely better than lunch. I don't have the time or budget for a massage, but let's pop into the spa on our way to see the other rooms. This spa is basically a guest room repurposed into a treatment space. A little disappointing. If you want to see the ultimate Aman spa experience, check out my Aman Bog video. What's unusual about Amanwella is that its 30 suites are identical, the only difference being the location. Seafront like the one we were upgraded to, or the slightly cheaper villas further up the hill, almost all have ocean views, but as you go up the hill, you will be looking down on the roofs of other suites. The 8 garden rooms are looking at palm trees instead of water. This place opened in 2005, and you can feel a bit of that era in the layout. Back then, big spa wings and gyms weren't the standard for beach resorts, so a few spaces here have been adapted over time. But the Kerry Hill architecture itself doesn't feel dated at all. That's what Amans do so well, understated elegance that's timeless. After years in the corporate world, making hard decisions, I became averse to wasting time and money. I think travel advice is broken, so I'm channeling my OCD into trying to fix it. Vetting the world's best hotels so you don't arrive halfway around the world wondering why your resort looks nothing like the website. If you agree that life's too short for a bad vacation, book through us and get the perks you can't get if you book yourself. The bar sits right above the pool and is my favorite space here. And I think the restaurant setting is just as nice as the bar. I really appreciate the live music. Last night, it was really good, but tonight, it's an odd mix of Sri Lankan pop, Caribbean/Calypso music with an occasional Beatles song to make sure that everyone stays really confused. I was really hoping that dinner would be a redemption, but we're again disappointed. The food's still way too sweet. I am not a food critic, but my sister and I agree. Setting gets a 9, the food gets a 4. The pillows here get the ever-elusive 10. Yep, it's true. Good night. In terms of the highs, I really like Kerry Hill's architecture here. At first, I thought it was a bit sterile, but it really grew on me, and I especially appreciate his design of the indoor-outdoor spaces. I also think the beach is wonderful, and like all Amans, the service here is world-class. I've already talked about my 3 lows, the food being the most egregious, and such contrast to the Amanwella down the road. The food there was so good. Are these deal breakers for you? Ultimately, what resort's best for you is a very personal decision. But I hope I've helped you understand if this place is right for you. But to be fair, I do judge Aman resorts with a different yardstick because they tend to set the bar for everything else. So I do come in with very high expectations. The best way to support my self-paid quest to show you the world's best hotels is by subscribing, sharing this video, and giving it a thumbs up. It really helps. Thank you. Next, I'm headed just a few miles away to Trebartha, aka the Roundhouse. If you love great design, this might be the perfect boutique stay for you. Check out my experience here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.